Mm.
What? You did?
Yes, just having little Slack session.
Here.
Like I said, if anybody wants to come in and chat and make me stop playing. Always being, always. That dog. Hi, Amber. Uh-oh. What? 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 What?
You're all yours, huh?
Huh. I think I got this. Oh, had one already. I don't know, really. I just don't care. Hi, one viewer. How are you doing? I'm just sitting here smoking and making noise. Not apparently not doing much of anything, but I don't know. I just Okay, thank you.
Wow.
What? So it's Tuesday night, 10:20 p.m., January 10th. And got a case of the fuckets. So I'm just sitting here making noise. Not really trying to be particularly beautiful with it, because I really, I don't know. Here, let's just change the tune up. I don't know. Anyway, I've pretty much lost all inspiration. I don't know. I just kind of doing what I can to trolley myself out of the off the tracks of the gang stalkers by just fucking ignoring their shit and whatever. But I've been sitting here just, I don't know what you call it, smashing my guitar for no reason other than to do it. Not that I'm trying to play anything, I'm just pretty much making noise. I'm bored. But over the long haul with the full-fledged psychobabble that some of these people give you with their blather on B2K, it just kind of turns me out. But when you go to, I don't know, other communities here on YouTube and other channels, and let's say you're targeted, and you try and talk about anything that's, going on with targeting, right? Some of the things that happen, like B2K, the remote monitoring, the doxing, the fucking street theater, the harassment, the threats, blah, blah, blah. They just kind of look at, they kind of get like, what are they talking about? What is he talking about? What are you talking about? It's like, I'm like, never mind. Just go back to your cat videos. I mean, it's like, oh gee, yeah, those death threats and all that harassment and that other shit. That's really awful, Scott. But have you seen my cat videos? Have you seen my newest cat video? No, I haven't seen your latest cat video. And no, I didn't hear about you making lasagna. Going on a trip in the back of a train for 6 days. I wasn't paying attention to that. I mean, I was, but it's like, if you get right down to it, I guess I should put my curtain down in case you want to go back there, huh? If I put the camera up here. Okay, so anyway, I was watching Daryl's house the other day. And Tommy Shaw was on there. It was a really good show. I just figured I'm going to talk about something other than perps and the BS that goes along with perps. But they were playing some of Styx old tunes. They played Blue Collar Man, and they were doing other stuff like that. But and I was really impressed by the way Tommy Shaw was like, oh yeah, we'll do it however you want, make it your own, like telling Daryl Hall that, make it your own, sing it how you want to sing it, because they're switching off like Tommy would sing a little bit, and then he'd pass it off to Daryl. And it's like, and granted, these are old guys, right? Like me, they're old guys, older than me guys. But they were just sitting there having fun, jamming. I don't know if you've ever watched the show. It's a pretty good show. It's interesting because they go through it. It's like he gets them to come out, and then they play a little bit, and then they go drink a little bit, and they talk for a minute, and then they go play again, and then they go have dinner. They bring like a chef from somewhere to make dinner, and you get the guest and Daryl Hall and the chef in there, and they're making their food. But it's kind of sweaty in here. I turned the heater off. I tried to turn it off, and it's still going. Didn't want to turn off. Turn off. It's freaking hot in here now because of that. I was just thinking about what's been going on. Looking at the chat, Spirit, yeah, they do that. They perpetually try to wake you up when you're asleep, and for me, I don't know about how it happens with you, but they'll wake me up using my voice like they're talking to someone else in my voice, like they're carrying on a conversation with me while I wake up. As I'm waking up, they're using my voice to talk to whoever the fuck it is they're talking to. And it's like I'll wake up and I'll hear him saying something and this and that, and oh, Scotty just said this, Scotty just said that. Bitch, I didn't say shit. I was asleep. Okay, motherfuckers, bitch, I was asleep. And they're like, well, Scotty just said this, or Scotty said that, or Scotty said the N-word. I don't use that word. I don't use that word. I don't, granted I curse a little bit, like fuck and the other thing, but I don't use that word. And I'll kick people out of my chat for using that word. And these scumbags pretend like, while I'm sleeping, I'm just spouting the N-word indiscriminately, or some anti-Semitic bullshit, Nazi shit that they're saying. So it's like you wake up and hear these perpetual 2-year-olds or screaming, like you did something. I was asleep. I've been asleep for a few hours anyway. We wake you up talking shit, like you're saying something. Oh, Scotty just said this to me. Scotty just said this. Scotty said that. Scotty did that. Scotty's doing this to me. Bitch, I ain't doing nothing to you but sleep. Not doing nothing but sleeping and trying to dream and relax. And you fucking idiots are sitting there screaming at each other, creating drama for yourselves. You ain't creating it for me because I don't really give a fuck. You aren't affecting me by saying I said something that I didn't say. It's not going to affect me. You're gonna struggle with that. You are gonna struggle with that. But not me. I'm not gonna struggle with, oh, then they'll say some shit like, oh, did you know what you just said, Scotty? And I'm thinking, I didn't say anything. I wasn't saying anything. You fucking said something and said I said it. You said some racist, rapist, rapey, Nazi, murdery shit, and I'm just trying to sleep. And you scumbags are fighting over something I did. Wait, I didn't do anything. I'm laying there asleep. You fucking scumbags are fucking arguing at 4 in the morning to wake me up, and then yell at me like I was doing something to you. I'll wake up and they said, "Oh, Scotty just went here. He did that. He said this to us. He did this to us." And I'm like, God damn, man, these people are sick. You people are sick. You're demented, delusional, psychotic, the IQ of a gnat. But anyway, I was thinking I would write a couple songs about gang stalkers, but then that just gives them credence. I don't want to, I don't even really like saying gang stalkers. I don't really like saying targeted individuals. I don't really like saying neural monitoring. I don't like talking about B2K because it's just like you're giving them credit for this shit, for being terrorist serial killer Nazis. That these terrorist serial killer Nazis are getting all this clout and for, just being scumbags. And they get other idiots to follow along with their little scams, their setups, their frame ups, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call the hell that they're doing. Call it the program, you want to call it a game, you want to call it hyper game theory, you want to call it whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. It's crime. It's harassment, terrorism. It's not something fun. It's not, it's not something cool. It's like when they call it organized stalking. Organized. I think of, let's see, that's like saying that they have a corporation, right? They're organized. They're organized like let's say like Antifa is not organized, right? They're not really an organization. There's just that's a movement of people that are anti-fascists. But then you go and call these guys organized stalkers, like they're some kind of, like the Proud Boys, right? They're organized scumbags, right? And they have their channels. I don't know wherever the hell they're spewing their stuff, because they got to be doing it somewhere. They've got to be posting their crap somewhere, like Kiwi Farms or whatever in the background. I don't care, Discord, wherever the hell they're doing it at. I personally, I don't want to go find it. I don't want to go look for it. I don't want to see it. I mean, why would I want to see this group of, minion pissants lying about people and saying how horrible everyone else is when they're the scumbags? I mean, they point the finger at you, the one person that they all have a beef with. Motherfuckers don't even know your name. They know you, but they don't know who you are. They've never met you. They've never seen you, never talked to you. But somehow these fucking scumbags are all against you because you did something to them, to their whole group. Yeah, they totally are. They totally are like, the like when you consider levels of intellectual being, right? Like you've got humans, empathetic thinking humans, compassionate thinking humans. Well, these guys aren't in that category. They're down here like where a slug would be, kind of slithering on the ground, leaving their trail of slime behind them like a freaking insect. But yeah, here I was. I said I wasn't going to talk about gang stalkers, but here I'm talking about them. It's like, I don't. There's no no sense to the shit that they do. It's like they act like they're taking the moral high ground by spying on you, threatening you, harassing you, killing people, stealing from them, you know, character assassinating them. But they're the righteous ones, right? They're the good guys. They pretend they're pretentious like they're the good guys when they're the scum. I, I don't care if they're wearing a badge. I don't give a fuck if some secret company or corporation or government gave them the authority, you know, to say, oh, we're gonna, you know, we're gonna just harass people to death because they said something we didn't like, or they look a certain way, or they're a homosexual, or they have an activist attitude towards, you know, Nazis, or they have an activist attitude, you know, or they're a dissident. No wonder people are fucking dissident when you got pigs like this that are in control of shit. I mean, I now there's the not so much a theory, but the premise that this is the Matrix, or it's all a simulation, or it's an experiment, or they're, you know, something, you know, and like you have your name there, MK Ultra or COINTELPRO or what. Well, I don't give a fuck what label you put on it. They're all pieces of shit. I don't give a shit if they got a NSA badge saying they can fucking, you know, just break into your brain and fucking read your mind. They're still a piece of shit because they're doing that. I mean, the Constitution doesn't exist with that sort of behavior. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care if you've got a warrant. You're going into someone's head and accessing their whatever, their memories or whatever they're doing, you know, which is what it's supposed to be, looking in mind and shit, using the brain computer interface and remote neural monitoring. But the problem is if this stuff is to be used, or is so glorious and is, you know, kind of like, it's like the nuclear bomb, right? Nuclear power can be used for good, to power cities, blah blah blah, but it can also be used to destroy the world. These fucking scumbags choose to use this technology to destroy the world. They're not trying to stop people having paranoia. They're not trying to stop people having mental disabilities or uh, bipolar disorders. They're trying to create them. They're fictitiously creating them in people that it doesn't exist in, like the schizophrenia part. V2K emulates schizophrenia. You hear people talking disembodied voices, which is schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, as a rule, does not just happen, you know, like all of a sudden one day you're hearing voices. V2K, one day you're hearing voices and all of a sudden you're going, what the fuck, who is this talking? That's not schizophrenia. That's some asshole behind a keyboard and a microphone fucking with people's heads and not shutting up 24 hours a day, threatening them, demeaning them, trying to shame them, harass them for fucking whatever reasons. I don't know, because you know, you said his sister's fucking ugly or whatever, you know. I don't know. Whatever you did, might have done. Whatever you could have possibly done, short of being a murderer, a rapist, a terrorist, does not equate to what these fuckers do to the innocent people that they're doing this shit to everywhere. It doesn't equate. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how many petitions they made to get it to happen, to to feel like they're doing something for the greater good. They're scumbags. They're fucking criminals, murderers, and thieves. But for whatever reason, I could say that there are people that think, oh, this was, this happened because of the Freedom of Information Act or because of the Patriot Act or whatever reason it got started, right? COINTELPRO was before all that. MK Ultra was before all that. Project Bluebeam, all those experimental mind control tactics like the CIA and NSA have been doing, over the years. They happened long before any of that shit ever happened. Long before 9/11, long before that. So it isn't because of that. It was before that. It's been going on for decades. It's not like it's not something new. It's just the technology is newer. And now they're doing more shit. Like how the Stasi did, right? People say this is like a Stasi program. Well, if you have a group with an agenda, right? Like, let's say Illuminati, Freemasons, Bilderberg Group, those kind of people that, then they're not going to have any regard for what's legal. They're not going to have any regard for, human life. The bottom line is to, make their project work. So I've talked about it many times about how Edward Snowden even talks about remote neural monitoring. He talks about how oh yeah, we're watching people as they type, how they're formulating thoughts, backspacing and typing out, the rest of the thought, or backspacing again and rethinking the thought. And he's sitting there looking at it and he's going, they can do this. And he come on. He's hired by them as a subcontractor and he's looking at them like, you fucking people are sick. You fucking people are sick. He didn't become a whistleblower because he wanted fame. Yeah, granted, maybe he got some kind of fame out of it, but look at what happened to him otherwise. He's exiled. It isn't like he was doing it to get rich. He wasn't rousting about this stuff to be the next Michio Kaku that everybody looked up to, right? Granted, people look up to him for that, for standing up and saying, you people are fucking sick for doing this shit. But he's not gaining, a Pulitzer Prize. He's not going to get the Nobel Prize. To be honest, trying to stop this scumbag group of fucking whatever owners we have, he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize for, trying to stop them. But here he is. He's exiled. No, I don't really bash on Obama, but I remember the time when Obama was saying we need to protect whistleblowers. We need to protect the whistleblowers, right? All the whistleblowers. Snowden came out. All of a sudden, oh, he's public enemy number one, but he's whistleblowing. What happened? What happened? You wanted to protect whistleblowers, but not this one. Not this one that was putting shit, on you fuckers, for the shit you're doing in the background, the nasty shit that you do. And it's like, oh wait, well we can't have that. That's not what kind of whistleblowers we're going to protect. We're not going to protect the whistleblowers that make us look like shit, because we're the powers that be. But anyway, I don't have a lot of I can't really say that I have a lot of respect for the way the governing body is handling gang stalking. I mean, first of all, they advertise for it online. You can go find it yourself right now. You can find yourself a gang stalking job, right? So it's like I don't really have a deep respect for any kind of law enforcement about anything anymore, because they allow this shit to happen. You report it to them and you're the victim, but now you're the bad guy, because you're telling them, hey look, there's a group of scumbags harassing, and threatening me and killing people, but I'm telling you about it, and all of a sudden I'm ostracized because I'm talking about it. All that says to me is that you're holding the strings over the puppet. I mean, if you're gonna ignore it and pretend like it doesn't exist, which every fucking perp on the planet comes into your channel saying gang stalking doesn't exist. You're crazy. This isn't real. None of this shit's real. Gang stalking isn't real. B2K isn't real. Remote neural monitoring isn't real. But all the evidence is there. Gulf War in the 90s, used the voice of God weapon on the terrorists, whatever the terrorists that they went there and and were using it on them and making them drop their weapons by speaking to them in their head. But voice to skull doesn't exist. Voice to skull doesn't exist, right? Military's got it. They had a website about it. They took it down, but because it was like a year and a half ago now, but probably because it was getting notoriety and people were hearing about it, and they didn't want people to be looking at their webpage about their voice to skull technology that's there. But you got reality. You used the weapons. You even bragged about using the weapons, and now you're saying they don't exist. You you created the brain computer interface, and you can look up videos of it yourself where they're reading people's thoughts and how they're using it. But you got Neuralink, you got Neuropod, you got all these technologies that are using brain computer interfaces, and medical facilities that are using remote neural monitoring to monitor people through EKG, EEGs. But this shit doesn't exist. Really? That all that technology that you've got fucking 50 patents on since the 70s, but you're not using it, right? By all laws of physics, you don't make a bomb not to use it. You don't make a technology not to use it. So anyway, yeah, I know everybody that's a targeted individual, you're struggling, right? Struggling to deal with the shit. I'm struggling with it. Have been for, I don't even want to fucking try and count how long now. But years of it, years of 24/7 blah 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 blah, whiny little bitch girl, boy, bitch boy, whatever his fucking ass is doing, crying in my ear all day. Him and a few other people, blah blah blah, whiny 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 bitch, cry cry cry. 24 hours a day, right? If somebody had a speaker, right, and put it next to your head and was playing, like, okay, let's just say Drew Carey, right? When Mimi was outside of his house blasting Van Halen 1984, Might As Well Jump 24 hours a day, it drove him nuts, right? It drives you nuts. You got some asshole in your ear 24 hours a day screaming death threats and hate speech. It's going to drive you crazy. You're gonna, you're gonna want to choke the living shit out of some asshole who desperately deserves it. Stress. That's what stress does. But what takes the cake with it is you've got these special interest groups of perps all over YouTube. Yeah, I'm talking to you, perps. YouTube perps. Twitter perps. All you, just perps. All you gang stalker perps that say, oh, this shit doesn't exist, blah blah blah, nothing's happening, nothing's going on, you're just crazy, you're paranoid. You're just paranoid. All of a sudden one day everybody's paranoid, right? All of a sudden one day I woke up and I was paranoid and schizo and this and that, right? Just one day. One day I woke up, there's voices. One day I woke up hearing somebody talking shit in my ear, right? Just one day. Well, if you've ever looked at any case involving schizoaffective or schizophrenia, it doesn't happen instantaneously. You don't just all of a sudden wake up and you're hearing saying, oh shit, I'm hearing voices. It takes time for that to happen. You hear it it happens gradually. It doesn't just boom, all of a sudden you're hearing these fucking assholes screaming in your head. Well, with the technology, which I could sit here and I could show you some things. I'm tired of sitting here showing you pages and evidence and having dipshits like Nerve Gorilla come in saying I'm not proving anything, I'm not showing anything. I want to see your evidence. I mean, you don't look at it. What's the difference if I show it to you? I mean, what's the difference if I stuck the remote neural monitoring machine up your ass? You would still deny it. I could slap you in the face with it, right? But you're going to deny it because that's what your job is. You're a shill. You're shills that come in here and, oh, you're crazy. This isn't happening. How can you make it? No, shut up. Just shut up. But anyway, I digress. So all these patents, all these companies, Neuropod, Neuralink, I don't even know how many other ones. There's probably about 20 companies that are experimenting with brain-computer interface technology, right? Or perfecting it after they've already discovered that in the 70s that they could use electromagnetic field to um, stimulate parts of the brain and make people, their emotions, change their emotions, change their attitude, make them aggressive, make them non-aggressive, make them catatonic, all kinds of stuff with this shit. Hypnotize them, all kinds of shit. And this is not something I'm just blathering about. This is stuff that's happened. These are things that have been happening. You can look up COINTELPRO. You can look at a fucking MK Ultra and how they had to use, they used chemicals and drugs and, you know, stimulating agents. You know, I mean, you can look at all the mass shootings, all the shootings, right, where these people were saying, "Oh, I heard voices in my head, voices in my head, voices in my head, voices in my head." Well, these groups are using people, harming people without ever being, you know, anywhere near them, not having to. They're never going to be reprimanded because they're nowhere near the person that they're fucking over and that's causing this, you know, problem for this person, these people that make a ex-Navy man take a shotgun and write, "This is my ELF weapon, my extreme low frequency weapon," and go shooting people, or shit like that. Or the other tone is that you've got this other scumbags that all call these things hoaxes, or, you know, false flags. Um, when you've got someone trying to, you know, blather at you that this is not a duck. You don't, this duck right here isn't a duck. It's something else. It's not happening. This is not really a duck. You're not seeing a duck. This duck isn't here. B2K isn't here. Remote neural monitoring isn't here, but it's affecting hundreds of thousands of people, but it doesn't exist. The patents are everywhere. You can look them up, but it doesn't exist. The government was using it in the 90s, probably before that, long before that, but it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. People can sit here and tell you about it, fucking scream it to the fucking rooftops, but it doesn't exist. You're going to have some pissant, know nothing loser shill come into your chat, say you're crazy, you're paranoid, you're schizo, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't exist. Well, if it doesn't exist, why do you protest so fucking much? If gang stalking doesn't exist, why do hundreds of you fucking little pissant scumbags inhabit everybody's channel saying, "It doesn't exist, you're crazy"? Huh? Why? Why do you protest so much? Why do you protest looking at the evidence? When someone presents you the evidence, why do you ignore it and or shun it or even disregard it? Why? Because it does exist. You know it exists, and you're one of the scumbags perpetrating it. Get it? So when you see these dipshits in your channel saying that, "Oh, don't, you're nuts, blah blah blah, show me the evidence," it doesn't matter how much evidence you can shove it right up their ass all the way to their nose. They're going to say, "Oh, that doesn't exist." You can stick the microphone up their butt, but they're not going to believe it exists because that's their job. Their job to discredit you, to defame you, to shame you. That's their job. And all you're supposed to do is die and shut up. So have a good night.
Have a good day.